Hi there. So this is a little video to help you just get a reminder, a little refresher on Big 3. It's designed just as something you can watch quickly and easily when you want to get a reminder of the thinking behind it and how to use the tool. So a quick reminder of a sort of core idea, which is that in our modern lives we consume as much information in one day as we would have done in an entire lifetime in the 15th century, Our societies have evolved much faster than our brains have evolved. So if you ever feel overstimulated, if you ever feel like it's a bit much, then fair enough. We got a lot of stuff going on. So as a leader, our challenge is to try to make things simple, really clear, really simple, really focused for our people. And that's what Big 3 is all about. So what is Big 3? Big 3 is about creating, I have a prop, here we go, simple, clear, focus. That's what Big 3 is. Why do we want to do that? A few reasons, but there's the biggest one. It's really hard holding the camera and holding a piece of paper. When we give people simple, clear focus, it empowers them to be able to find their own route to reach the answer. They know what's expected of them. And I know we get this, but that's a reminder of why it's so important. From that flows engagement, from that flows performance. Let's talk about what good looks like. With each of these tools, we're looking at 3 levels. The level of self, the level of others, the level of team. At the level of self, good might look like that you know exactly what you're focused on for the short term and the medium term. So personally, your work goals, for the short term, this week or this month, these are the things I'm shooting for. And for the month or the quarter, the medium term, these are the things I'm shooting for. And that also, personally, you have got one thing that you are working on at the moment that's going to grow yourself as a human being or as a leader. One personal development aim. That's what good looks like at the level of self. 3 clear aims, doesn't have to be 3, but you know what I mean. In the short term and the medium term that are tactical for your work, and one that's about your personal growth. What about the level of others, the people that work directly for you? Same thing as you, but for them, that you have helped them to create 3 clear aims for themselves for the short term. Maybe it's the week. These are the 3 biggest things to focus on. Maybe it's the month. These are the 3 biggest things to focus on. And you've helped them get clear about what one thing they could focus on that would help them grow themselves is. At the level of team, just as simple, that the group of people that you work with are really clear that these are the things we're shooting for in the short term, this week, this month. These are the things we're shooting for in the medium term. That also chunks up to what's the company shooting for and how do they line up. Our goal, obviously, is to get it so that the things that we are focused on line up with the things the team is focused on, line up with the things the company is focused on. All right. 2 other quick things. First of all, it's a conversation. It's about how you coach this in other people. And remember that when people say what they want, when they talk about their goals, they tend to be a little vague, not clear enough. So your goal is to coach them. And if you remember from the training, you can coach someone to go up. So someone says, I want to be more organized. All right, what do you really mean? What do you really want? What's bigger than that? Or you might coach them to go down. I want to be more organized. What's driving that? What's the single biggest thing you could focus on that would make you more organized? You find something underneath it. Or go in, be more specific. I want to be more organized. What do you mean by more? What do you mean by organized? Get them to set a specific aim. And finally, let me close with some tips. Here are the tips. Hang on, I need to hold these. Very professional, this, isn't it? Here's the tips. First one, clarity and simplicity. You know when you've got this right if someone has clear, simple aims. This is the job of Big 3, to create clear, simple focus. Remember, second one, conversation. It's not a process. It's not enough to go, right, everyone email me your Big 3 every week. That's a bad thing, but that's not what it really is. It's a conversation. It's you coaching people to get clearer on where their focus is. Thirdly, measures. Measures are good. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about this right now? How do you want to feel about it? Can we make that more specific? But the goal is not the measure. It's not about hitting KPIs. Try to avoid a KPI being the only focus. It might be the way you measure whether you've achieved it or not. But you might say, well, what's the single biggest thing we could focus on that would drive us achieving that KPI? It should line up with something bigger, with a sense of purpose, with what you're really trying to achieve. in all of these tools, there are no rules, there are only tools. So big three doesn't have to be three. Short term could be a week, could be a month, could be a year. It's totally up to you. Use the principle, not the rules, and don't turn it into a process. Don't make it about rules. Hold the plan lightly. If the goals you set change, that's fine. Don't worry about it. And don't try to make people feel like heroes or villains for hitting these goals. They're not goals, they're focuses. So not yet. You know, we focused on this, we didn't quite make it. Okay, we move towards it. Not yet. What's next? We haven't made it yet. Rather than you've been a hero or you've been a villain. That doesn't help. And thirdly, you know when you've won when you can walk up to any person and say, what are you focused on right now? And they'll go, I'm focused on these three things, in line with these three things the team's focused on, in line with these things the company's focused on. Super clear, clarity of focus, top to bottom. That's it. You know how to do it. Good luck. Make sure you get it for yourself, your people, and your team. Bye.